Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is George. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you get any value out of it. But today I want to continue the GC Fit program video series here on YouTube. So if you haven't checked the previous episodes, make sure you go and check those out. There should be lower body A, pull day, push day, and abs and core video for you guys to check out as well. And today we're going to cover lower body B. So the reason I have 2 lower body days in this program is because I think it's really good to rotate the exercises that you do. So lower body A is a squat based leg day, and then lower body B is a leg press based leg day. So it's really good with any muscle group to change the angles of attack, change the angles of the contractions that you are doing these exercises in, and that you're breaking down these muscle fibers. So for example, you're hitting a barbell back squat in lower body A as the compound lift, and then lower body B we're on a 45-degree angle pushing up on a leg press for the lower body B compound movement. So that's why I have 2 lower body days in this program, guys. If you want to train legs twice a week, you can do lower body A at the beginning of the week and lower body B at the end of the week, and you can keep rotating like that. Or you can do what I do, which is train legs once a week, and you can do lower body A one week and lower body B the next week. But anyway, I'm here at Gym 41. Let's go ahead and get in the gym, get warmed up, and we'll get this lower body B day started. All right, so I'm not going to spend too much time on the stretching portion of this video because I did go over that already in lower body A. So be sure to check that video out if you guys haven't. It goes through all the basic stretching that I do for warming up for a leg day. Again, just very rudimentary, primary, elementary level stretches, nothing crazy. You might see some people kicking their feet or swinging their hips and stuff like that, but I don't really do that. You can do that if you want, but it's not necessary in my opinion, especially when you're just hitting the leg press. We're not using a ton of hip activation in the leg press compared to like squats, for example. So obviously the more stretching you do, the better, but just get yourself warmed up and don't worry too much about all those specifics. Now, with that being said, there is actually one movement that I would recommend doing, and it is this one here. This is like a hip stretch. It gets your sort of glute to your hip really nice and loosened up right here. So you just want to kind of sit on your leg out in front of your body like this. And it does require a bit of mobility, but you can always just start sort of like this, and then eventually work your way up to sitting on it like this, which increases the amount of stretch you have here, especially if you move back and forth like this. You sway your hips. That deepens the stretch even more in that area. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this final video of the GC Fit program YouTube series of videos here. It's been really great to be able to make these, and I hope that you guys have been really enjoying them, and I hope that it will help you to develop your physique a little bit and just help get you in the shape of your life. But we're going to be starting off with some hip abductors, and I'm not going to go into too much detail on these because I did in the lower body A video, which you should definitely go check out as well if you haven't already. Pairs really nicely with this lower body B video if you want to rotate your leg days like I mentioned earlier in the video. We are going to go ahead and start with just a warm-up set first. For me, that's about 55 pounds on this Paramount machine, but choose a weight that you're comfortable with, just getting your hips nice and warmed up after the stretching. And then we'll go ahead and start 3 working sets of this exercise here. Now I want you to keep in mind while you are doing your working sets on these abductors and adductors is that we're not warming up anymore. We are working now. So you want to actually be pushing yourself in this exercise to be able to get those 20 reps. You want it to be a struggle near the end. You don't want to just take it easy on this exercise, even though it seems easy to. If you've ever seen anyone else doing this exercise in the gym, you might see them barely even wincing or whatever, but no, this is something that you definitely want to push yourself as hard as you would on a squat or as hard as you would on a leg extension. So switching over now to adductors. Now this is going to work the inner part of the thigh. The abductors work the outer part of the thigh. So just keep that in mind. A lot of machines like this Paramount you see here, you can reverse. You can do 2-in-1 basically. I haven't seen too many machines where they're separate. Most of them are a 2-in-1. So I like to start with abductors first, meaning going inside to out, and then I like to go adductors second, which is outside to in. And I will do a warm-up set for the first one as well, and then 3 working sets after. Again, we are struggling to get the 20 reps. It's not coming easy, we have to work for it, and that's exactly how we develop and stimulate growth in the legs. Alright, moving on to the next exercise, we have the main compound lift of this session, which is the leg press. This is a 45-degree Atlantis. This is a staple really at any gym. Any gym should have this 45-degree leg press here. Key with this is to keep your butt and your lower back firmly planted into the seat and keep your chest nice and proud and up. And then you want to bring your legs down as far as you possibly can. And for foot positioning, I like to put my feet lower on the foot pad if I'm going to target the outer quad sweeps or the quad muscles. And then if I'm aiming for more like hamstrings and glutes, you can actually do that by just moving your feet up on the foot pad and again coming down as low as you can, and that will give you more glute and hamstring activation. But for this session I'm going for more quad activation, so I'm going to keep my feet a bit lower on the foot pad, and same thing, I'm just going to come down as deep as I possibly can and have time under tension. I'm not rushing through this. Also, I'm not fully locking out your knees. When you're going lighter weight, you can lock out your knees. It's not too big of a deal. But when you are going heavier, it's good practice to not lock out your knees completely, just to not put a lot of stress and pressure on the joints themselves. And speaking of stress and pressure on the joints, I'm actually going to go ahead and put my knee sleeves on. These are some Rise knee sleeves that I've been using for a little while. Been really enjoying them, especially for leg press and heavy squats. They just take a lot of pressure off the joint and just really help me feel nice and secure when I'm doing weights that are a bit heavier for myself. Heavy weight is relative, so for you that might be 45 pound on each side. For someone else that might be 5 45-pound plates on each side. So, heavy weight is relative. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not lifting heavy if it is heavy to you. So a cue in this exercise that I want you to look out for is making sure that you're coming deep enough and grab the handlebars tightly and almost pull yourself into the seat. That will keep you nice and secure and make sure that your back is not coming off the back pad there, so you mitigate any risk of injury or anything like that. This is something you can easily injure yourself on if you come off the back pad too much, so make sure you're nice and secure on it. Pull yourself into the seat with the handles. Allow the weight to come down as deep as you can with your legs, and then just explode up. Alright, now moving on to easily what is one of my least favorite exercises, because it is one of the best exercises in my opinion and most effective, which is the Bulgarian split squats. Now, this exercise is going to further target the quads, but you will also feel it in the hamstrings as well. I like to do this with a 15-pound medicine ball, but you can do this with dumbbells if you don't have medicine balls at your gym or at your home. You can do this just free weight, obviously. If you haven't worked your way up yet to added weight, then just do that. But find yourself a bench or a nice solid surface that will allow your thigh and leg to become a 90-degree angle at the top, as you can see here. My knee at a 90-degree angle, and then just come down slowly. Don't rush this exercise. That's a big problem I see, is a lot of people are doing it, bouncing way too fast on this. You want time under tension on this, and you want to allow yourself to sort of do a slight pause at the bottom. Nothing in bodybuilding should ever be rushed. Results cannot be rushed. You can't just power through a set. You have to make sure that you're getting a nice solid contraction all the way through. Now moving on to a hamstring focused exercise, we're going to be doing stiff leg deadlift. You can do hamstring curls as well, but I already have that in the lower body A video. So for lower body B, I wanted to throw in some stiff leg deadlifts here. You can do this with a barbell as well. I prefer doing it with dumbbells personally, just because it allows my hands to or arms to fall in a more natural position. I really recommend keeping the weight close to your legs and your shins on the way up. As you can see here, I'm sort of dragging the weights up along my shins and my knees without actually touching them.
Now, as far as form goes, you can probably notice that I am stopping short of coming all the way up, and that is because if you come all the way up, you'll be activating more glutes, but my goal is to isolate the hamstrings, so that's why I'm stopping just short of coming all the way up, and that to me just feels like a better contraction, and I can feel it more in the hamstrings when I do that, the constant tension in the hamstrings. When I come up all the way straight, I feel the tension come off the hamstrings and more onto the glutes. Moving on to something that many people neglect, but you absolutely should not, especially if you have crap calves, which you probably do because most people do. I know I do. Definitely do not be neglecting your calf raises, guys. Calves are something that do not come easily for most people, like I said. So rotate between standing calf raises and seated calf raises. I have standing calf raises in the program in the lower body A video, so go and check that out. These seated calf raises work more of the soleus part of the calf, and this is sort of the deeper muscle fibers and the things on the side of the calves, as you can see here in this shot. So make sure you rotate between the two. If you follow my program, it will already be in there as a rotation. You'll have standing calf raises on lower body A and seated on lower body B. And something I like to do is just get a nice deep stretch in the calves here on the machine in between sets.
Alright guys, well that is going to do it for this video and the lower body B portion of the GC Fit program. Thank you so much for staying tuned all this way through to the video. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it, and I would really appreciate it even more if you could hit the subscribe button and like the video, just for the algorithm, just to help out a little bit. A lot of effort goes into making these videos, a lot of thought, a lot of time, so if you guys wouldn't mind just doing me that huge fat favor, I'd be extremely grateful. So thank you so much. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the program, and again, links will be down in the description below for previous videos, as well as the program itself if you guys want to download it and give it a shot. And give me feedback. Feel free to let me know what you think of this program. It really helped me out to help transform my body, and I hope that it does the same for you. So thank you guys so much for watching again. Really appreciate it, and till next time.